Yeah, no.
Are we live?
I was looking for the live stream. Oh, no.
No, I tried to pull it up on YouTube right now, and I was like,
Hey, why are we not?
yeah, why isn't it popping
Why are
up?
we showing
And then I
it?
did. The viewers weren't gonna see it. The most slow pan dead turn, dreading what I thought I knew was gonna happen, and then I just see start streaming.
I also didn't see the chat.
Well, the chat was there.
Oh.
Oh, we're not signed in to chat either. Apparently, hang on, guys.
Oh my goodness.
Dude.
We're all over the place right now.
No.
Are we on YouTube now?
Goodness.
Yes, we should be on YouTube.
Are we live?
Screenshot this.
Are we
Well,
live?
Both.
What are you screenshotting over there?
The Vladdy thing, I wanna-
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
just
go for it.
if you want to be at all in contention or at all taken seriously, the Blue Jays needed to do this contract. Wow, 500 million. Whew, wow. The way that I see this is that there's only two contracts like it, and that's of recently. That's Juan Soto's and Shohei Ohtani's, right?
That's what I
Obviously.
was gonna mention.
We're up now.
Yeah.
And real quick, I'll let you piggyback off of this, but it's like the more the time goes on, Shohei's contract looks like a bargain. And if you get Vladdy for 500, you get Shohei for 700. It's like, whew. I'll let you piggyback off of that. I'll let you go.
Well, I was just gonna mention this makes the Juan Soto trade look even worse.
The first thing I look into the chat and see is Brandon. Hello, Dodger fans. Brandon is a notorious Giants fan, so logging into.
Oh.
Looking up at him in the NL West for the only time that'll be the case this year.
Okay, Brandon, you made me laugh. Thank you. I just turn over, and the first thing you see is "Hello, Dodger fans."
Let's give a quick welcome to all the YouTube viewers who.
Welcome,
we had
YouTube.
Technical
Technical
Apologies.
difficulties kept us off the YouTube
Yeah.
air.
It's in.
Yeah.
It's all good.
But
Whoa,
we're on
you got
now.
beef over there?
Huh?
Oh, yeah.
It wasn't their
Apparently.
fault. They were sitting there waiting.
No, I'm saying to me. You said a little
Here we
beef.
go, guys.
All three viewers are.
Can we talk about Vladdy now?
Yeah. Sorry.
Go, D-Rob.
Yeah, I forgot.
Started streaming
I
99
was just
seconds
saying
ago.
that this sign makes the Juan Soto contract look just even worse.
Mhm.
I think that this contract should have been somewhat similar to the Soto contract.
Oh, man.
What?
Yeah,
Whoa.
I don't think Soto. It's 700. You think that's?
I think if one of the contracts was gonna change, it would be Soto going down to Vladdy's, not Vladdy's going up.
Yeah,
to Soto.
Vladdy would.
I'm not saying Vladdy's is going up. I'm saying
You think they're similar value?
yes.
See, no, I don't think that.
Well, not similar. But I'm saying like.
I don't know
it's the
what you're
same
saying.
Territory. I don't think that they should. I don't think Juan Soto is in the 700 million range.
Well,
Oh,
no.
okay.
I
Okay,
think
okay.
That
Whew.
Juan Soto should be in the 550 to maybe like 600 range.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I don't think. I'm just
That took a
saying-
very long time to get where we're at right now.
Yeah.
That threw me and Ivan
Remember-
were like, what?
Juan Soto's contract is really an $805 million deal.
Which is ridiculous.
Right.
Yeah,
Which is
it's
nearly
stupid.
$1 billion
Yeah.
for a person.
I'm just saying if this.
I'm surprised none of you have pointed out the obvious, though, is that he waited a little bit. They were going to offer him $300 million last year. He held out. He got $200 million plus by waiting.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's a rich man forever. He
Mhm.
already was, but
No.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's good that the Blue Jays got this done. They absolutely needed to. I still don't really know exactly how the Blue Jays are going to be doing moving forward. I don't think that just retaining Vlad, this isn't enough for them to be a World Series contender, but this was the start, because if they lost Vlad, they were not going to be even close. They're still within reach now, so this needed to
Yeah.
happen.
One thing I wanted to point out to you guys, 2024, he was available for the most of the season. Played 159 games. That's pretty much tied for the most in his career. Hit 323 and 6.2 WAR, which is second best of his career for the season. So one thing we were talking about Soto, when he got the contract, was obviously you mentioned it too, that we thought it was too much because of his defensive stance, that it wasn't really at that all-star level or even matching where his batting is. So
Yeah.
with Vladdy, is that just a known fact that his defense
He's going to be
is good enough to
DHing.
match it?
Not very long
Or-
into this contract, but
There
he's
you
going to
go.
be DHing. So this is a $500 million to go out and slug for the next
Right.
decade.
So
plus.
that being said, do you think in the same scale as Juan Soto that he got paid too much, or do you think that his bat offsets that?
Soto or
See, I think
Soto we already know. Like
the important thing to
didn't
make a
deserve that.
distinction here when we talk
Okay.
about the 500 million figure, yes, it's
Mhm.
huge. The same way Soto's was huge.
right.
But these are two like anomaly free agents for how young they are.
Mhm.
Vladdy, this contract will start in his age 27 season. So
that's right.
he's not in the regular territory of 29, 30 years old when he hits free agency. If that
Right.
was the case, it would not have gotten near 500 million because he wouldn't have gotten 14 years. So that's kind of it's important to make that distinction that when we're talking, when you say 500 million with these deals, you're used to thinking like that's going to be like 50 million a year or something.
Mhm.
35 million was in the range you said it was, right? When you
Yeah, 35.7. Yeah.
So that's really not all that asinine for a guy who's a 165 weighted runs created plus caliber hitter.
Right.
And I think with a young guy, these contracts are just going to continue to get bigger. You look 4 years down the road, this isn't going to look like that huge of a contract like it does right now. And the Blue Jays just had no choice. They had to sign Vladdy long term. So this is what they had to do.
You see, for me, he passed Mike Trout for the largest extension in MLB history.
Mhm.
Trout was at 426,
Hmm.
Yeah.
but Trout has an excellent glove. I mean, Trout is also, in and out of his health issues and all that. So that's just what I'm thinking of. I'm comparing him to Trout at this point.
I
So
think
it's
that's-
like, I don't know. It's difficult.
it's a little bit different too because at that time we weren't having ludicrous contracts.
Right.
So I just
Yeah, this
I
seems
feel
like
that's comparing
Mike Trout's contract nowadays seems like nothing.
a little bit.
Yeah,
Rookie,
400
that's like a
million.
rookie extension. Not
The
to that
Ohtani
extent. That's a
effect.
little exaggerated.
Yeah.
Depends on the rookie. That's
we
like
still
a.
haven't talked about the Christian Campbell extension that happened
I have
during
not.
break.
I was getting to that next, but we're still talking
My
about.
fault.
At the time,
Whoa, this guy's getting ahead of himself. Whoa.
at the time, correct me if I'm wrong, Mike Trout's extension was the biggest in MLB history, right?
Mm.
Yeah,
Who broke that, by the way?
the first to surpass 426.
No. Who broke the Campbell,
Or the news.
Oh,
the news?
I'm not sure who said that first.
No idea.
It's official now, so it
Because
doesn't really matter. It's officially announced.
I don't see it on Twitter.
Real quick, I don't know why
find it.
we didn't
Go on.
talk about this earlier. I should have mentioned it at the top of the broadcast. I don't know why I did. Bruce, I know he's not going to boast about it, had two very exciting things happen last week to him.
Yes.
Number one, he turned 21. It was little man's birthday.
Yes, sir.
21.
She call
for
him
Bruce.
Low Man?
That is crazy.
That's messed up.
We're good.
And number two, he solo called all 9 innings of the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes home opener last Friday. I listened in on all 9 innings.
Yeah, shout out Ivan for
Fucking
listening.
insane.
I listened to. but-
Actually
Shout out
crazy,
Kaylee
so-
for listening.
Shout out
Yeah.
to Bruce. He's not gonna boast about it. I know he's not gonna boast about
What
it.
you mean? He already posted on
I
LinkedIn.
appreciate you guys.
This guy
I
was
posted
on
posted on LinkedIn.
Had to get the
He said,
LinkedIn
"Here's the
flex
full
out.
here's the full demo." I was like, "Whoa!" I was like, "All right." No tag of 22S Media is crazy.
I mean, shoot, I was working.
It's 9:30. It's 9:30.
We're getting demonetized.
I was working, and that's when I knew that it was happening. It was right in the middle of my shift. The game started at I think 6:38.
Yeah.
So I just,
Angels, yeah. No, you're good. You're doing important things for the Angels.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very important things. Yes.
Bruce, what was your favorite birthday present you got?
Yeah, the broadcast.
There we go.
Yeah.
I say is I yeah.
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 It was an awesome experience. So I'm thankful for the fact that I have this gig here and that I got the chance to do that. That was really an awesome experience.
Brandon says salute to you, Bruce.
Thank you, Brandon.
That's a little
Looking to do that more, so stay tuned. We're also looking to work with the Angels. Are probably more likely to give us credentials than the Dodgers, but
Dodgers are a black hole.
they are
respectfully.
stingy. But it's okay. I get it. They probably have so much media being like, "Can we cover?"
80,000 emails a day.
please, please.
Once again.
But the Angels, unfortunately,
Brandon says Derek's mic isn't on.
your mic is on.
Just talk closer to
Wait,
it.
Here,
talk-
be quiet.
talk-
Be
Wait
quiet.
a minute.
Everybody be quiet.
Why aren't you plugged in?
Everybody be quiet. Derek, talk real quick.
Hello.
Whoa.
Hey.
I don't know.
It's not plugged in on the bottom.
Yeah, look.
Oh yeah, that mic is
Come on.
Oh
Not
my
plugged in.
gosh!
This whole time.
Welcome to Around the Bases,
Wow.
the show with the most technical
We
issues.
take 1 week off.
Yeah, jeez. Thanks, Brandon, for catching that.
Thank you, my friend.
What a mess.
Huh?
Talk.
Brandon's like, what's
Hello?
he saying? Yeah.
He
He looked
All right, we're
fine
on
though.
there.
Hi.
Yeah.
Well, that was good then.
The whole time.
What? Oh
Yeah, yeah.
Are we live?
Thank you, Mount
Kind of.
Sac.
Thank you.
Radio broadcasting class that I took about 2 years ago, because you just fixed that for us. Thank you, Mount Sac.
Thank you.
How
I
did that?
appreciate it.
What?
Plugging in the cord.
No, yeah, because I knew what was the matter instantly, and then I know.
Oh,
how to
I was
operate
like,
this.
bro, what?
Well, yeah. What
Oh, this
is
guy
that?
did
Like,
not get
literally.
down and dirty in the
Sack.
technical
Was it
servers.
Brandon? Okay.
Yeah, it was Brandon.
Okay. Thank you, Brandon. Appreciate it.
Okay, good. All right, thank you, Brandon. Thank you, Brandon. We all
Thank
say
you.
in
Actually, yeah,
unison.
thank you, Brandon.
Ready?
It's been-
3, 2, 1. Thank you,
Thank you,
Brandon.
Brandon.
He's gonna clip that and be like, "Get out." All right, let's talk about it. Rookie second baseman Christian Campbell and the Boston Red Sox are in agreement on an 8-year, $60 million contract extension that has 2 club options. He is 22 and is expected to be a franchise cornerstone and is now locked up till 2034. It says that there's a club option for 2033 at $19 million and 2034 at $21 million. They would take the full guarantee of the contract to $100 million over 10 years.
I'm not gonna lie to you guys. This is a top 5 contract in baseball already. Immediately. I
Yeah.
don't need to see any more.
It's so funny how we were just talking about a 14-year, $500 million, and then you get down to this, and it's like, 8 years, $60 million.
Now,
$100 million
obviously,
is
the thing to preface for anybody who doesn't understand all the intricacies of baseball contracts. He wasn't going to hit free agency for 6 entire years.
He's
this
now
is
locked up
buying
till
out- This is buying out a lot of years that he was under team control and was going to be making league minimum. So
They just
that's
paid
why
him.
the number is so low. But what the thing to highlight in this contract is they bought out 4 years of his free agency, where he is, if he's as good a player as he certainly appears to be, he's going to be getting a mega deal, or would have. But now they bought out 4 years of free agency, so they're going to have him for a decade for $10 million.
Oh!
It's a huge bargain.
I just completely forgot who else got an extension. We'll talk
There's
about it after.
a bunch of extensions. There's
I
like
know.
5 of them.
I'm not gonna lie. I completely forgot about the next one. We'll talk about
We're
it.
turning back the clock a tiny bit on these because they happened over
Spring break,
when we were
yeah.
gone. But
I'd rather talk about these than the madness the MLB is right now.
You got anything on the Red Sox?
Christian Campbell's
Campbell.
a star, man.
Yeah, love that guy.
It's crazy.
Although they haven't started too hot, obviously coming out of the gates, I think the Red Sox have a great squad. I've said it before. Other than the Dodgers,
We've both been on that.
free agency.
Yeah, they
was
did
won by
pretty
the
well.
Red Sox.
They did pretty well. I can't lie.
And I shouldn't be saying that as an LA fan, Boston.
I think
they're
they're my pick to win the AL.
But they got
Crazy.
pieces, man.
They're sneaky. They did everything
Sleeper
so
team.
low key too.
Sleeper team.
Right.
Yeah.
I can vouch. You and I have been saying this since
Yes.
we had the episode of just the 3 of us. We were talking about the Bregman signing. We've both been saying
Oh,
I'm
wow,
on
yeah,
this
that was wild.
I'm on this Red Sox team, and this lineup is very good.
This was a sleeper squad.
It also helps Willie Abreu has been Barry Bonds so far this year.
Oh, dude, it's
Um,
nuts.
Seriously.
With Christian Campbell at the bottom of the lineup, and it's a absolutely awesome offense. Rafi Devers started terribly, but he's figured it out now.
Mhm.
This offense is gelling together, and with Crochet and Tanner Houck at the top of their rotation, it's looking good.
It's great.
The thing to be concerned about is depth of the pitching staff. That
Mhm.
looks pretty bad, because once you get past Crochet and Houck at the top, and once Garrett Whitlock gets back, you're
Cooked.
Walker Buehler in the year of our Lord 2025. He's turned into a kitchen sink guy, and I hasn't been good for the first couple starts with Boston. I don't know how much they can lean on this year, and then from there the depth is pretty ugly. But the one thing I'm hoping for, and Brian Bayo and Lucas Giolito will get back for the pitching staff too. The thing I'm hoping for, please bring up Roman Anthony already. Just make that offense even
Yes.
better.
Bring
I want to
up
see Roman
Roman
Anthony in the big
Anthony.
leagues, and I think that's going to happen sooner rather than later.
God, that guy's a stud.
Through 11 games, they are 6-5. They just lost today against the aforementioned Blue Jays. They just have to figure it out. They just have to get things sorted, and I think this Red Sox goes deep.
Who do you guys think? I know they're your guys' favorites, and you just said it too. Who do you think would stand the best chance against the Red Sox?
I'm still going to say Yankees.
Yeah, me too.
Really?
Maybe
I'm
the
still gonna say
Guardians, just to spice things up a bit.
The Guardians. That's a good pick.
I was gonna say the Rangers.
The Rangers.
You're a big
I like-
Rangers guy.
Yeah, I like the Rangers. I like
Yeah,
their
you did
squad.
talk about this recently. I
Yeah.
forgot.
I do like their squad.
Yeah.
The Rangers could be a threat if they stay healthy, and I don't think they'll stay healthy.
They're the ultimate team that is not going to stay healthy. It's just like they're you know what
What
the
are
Rangers
the odds
are.
on
They're
that, Loki?
they're like my fantasy basketball team that I drafted this
Lord.
year, where I just felt like I was gonna take a bunch of risks, and I thought I'm just gonna play that I'm gonna get lucky, and I'm gonna take these guys like James Harden, and I'm gonna take Kawhi Leonard, and I'm gonna take Jimmy Butler, and then I lost like
Everybody.
16 of my 18 games because they were all hurt. I took Joel Embiid. They were all hurt.
Joel
This is the
Embiid.
Texas Rangers. They're not all gonna be healthy. That's just the way it goes. And so I don't think that they're quite that
The
great.
Royals.
They're not quite there yet. They're getting there, but not there just yet.
Rangers, I think, might win their division still, just to finish
Yeah,
that point. But
I
I
just think-
don't, I don't know if they're
Well, it
gonna
won't
be
be the
healthy enough to win
Angels,
World
that's for
Series.
certain.
Yeah, I do think that the Rangers are probably
Houston looks rough.
a little underrated.
Cam
currently.
Smith has not gotten out of the gates hot, which is disappointing. I hope that he doesn't play himself right down to AAA. It was such a cool story that he won a roster spot, but he might be playing himself to the minor leagues.
We were talking about it before in the studio on air, and we're not going to talk too much about it right now. But the Tigers, they're obviously
Oh, I
at the
forgot
top
about
of the
that, too.
Central. That doesn't say much, but they're 6-4. The Red Sox to start the season are 6-5. Doesn't say too much, of course, but in a piece of land where you have the Royals and the Guardians and the Tigers and in the Central, it's going to get competitive come September, October. So, yeah, Rangers, of course, 8-3 right now, starting not too bad. Again, very small sample size. We have yet to.
You know, on the Tigers
Develop.
point, the big standout for them so far, Spencer Torkelson.
Yes,
he's
my first Diamond
finally-
Dynasty card ever in the show was Spencer Torkelson.
He looks like he's finally hitting like his first overall pick pedigree a little bit. He's been great so far this year. I don't know if he keeps it up, but if they can have him actually like become the cleanup man that they would love him to be, that would be
Yeah.
huge for the Tigers.
He's
Yeah.
having really good at bats. Like
Really
he's being
good, yeah.
super patient at the plate now. I
Yeah.
think that's the big difference.
So far this year, it's been a 14.6% walk rate for
Yeah.
Torque, and he's slugging the ball too, 618 slug. So
Yeah.
that's been impressive, and a big bounce back from a guy that was literally optioned to AAA
Mhm.
last year because he was unplayable. I thought his leash was right at the end. Like I did not think he was going to make it through this year as a Tiger, and he's bounced back. Credit to him. If this continues, then he's going to be a huge part of what they're doing moving forward.
Yeah, they got Jack Flaherty, Javi Baez, Andy Ibanez, someone we don't really talk
Yeah.
about much on this.
They said Dylan Dingler.
Someone we don't talk about this much on the show. Kerry Carpenter.
Kerry
Baller.
Carpenter. Baller.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's good for a struggling offense.
it's not bad. It's not
Oh.
bad.
All right.
Anyhow,
9 years, $135 million, and allows the Padres to keep one of the best players in the game through his prime years. That is quoted from Jeff Passan, not me. Don't hurt me. San Diego has been struck by Merrill Madness. They have signed their center fielder through the 2034 season with a club option for 2035. Yeah, pretty smart move.
It's truly unbelievable that this contract was not the biggest steal of the day when they signed it, because then the Christian Campbell extension hit.
Yeah.
But that does not take away from how big of a steal this extension is for the
Mhm.
Padres. It's incredible the job that the Padres did extending him early, because they are in a tough place with the books. They've had the whole ownership stuff going on behind the scenes that does not look good. They're still locked down with contracts like Xander Bogaerts, and Manny Machado is a contract that is really not going to age well. I'll plant my flag there. It's not looking good there. So they needed to lock down a guy like Merrill to as cheap a deal as they could, and they did exactly that. So this was excellent for the Padres because Merrill is a star.
we've talked about it on the show. I mean, I forget how it came up into fruition, but we were talking about WAR, and I pulled up Jackson Merrill, and I go, Jackson Merrill had like over like a 6 WAR. I go, what the?
Dude's a stud.
What was I watching last year? Like, what am I thinking right now? So, locking him in.
It makes sense
Makes
for
sense,
a
yeah.
San Diego team that's going through what they were going through during the offseason. They weren't really making moves. I know a lot of fans were starting to be upset. They had the whole family drama at the top. So they needed this. San Diego needed to lock down their superstar. If baseball had franchise tags, he would probably become their franchise tag. Maybe Machado or Tatis. There's so many dudes that they can franchise tag, but yeah, this was good for San Diego overall.
Yeah, I agree. I think
He's the future of that ball club.
Definitely.
He's still. Sorry, Alex. He's
No, you're good,
21 years old, man. He's
I
just
know,
about
he's
to
so
turn
that's
young.
22.
right. He's a
That's crazy.
baby.
He still hasn't turned 22.
I say as I'm 19.
And he's balling.
Yeah.
But
Makes me wonder where I went wrong with my life.
for me, I just think it's a good idea because it gives the Padres a guaranteed level of stability. Even if it's just a little bit with one player, he's gonna be there for a while, and when all it's said and done, he's gonna be the guy. He's gonna be here for another 9 years or whatever it was. So it's it reassures them that they're not totally lost. Obviously, they still have Machado, Tatis, and all that. They haven't really been getting it together so far, but with Merrill out there for an extended time, it's a level of reassurance that the Padres have this time around.
Yeah, he's a shortstop that adjusted to center field real easily as a literal 21-year-old last year. He's about to turn 22, so this is his age 22 season. But aside from these contracts specifically, I'm loving the trend of extensions around baseball for young players, for guys about to hit free agency.
Yeah.
I think it's best for the game when players stay put, and I'm loving that more teams seem to be starting to be willing to open up the checkbooks and keep their stars home. It seems like
That's how
something that
baseball should be
the pendulum is shifting,
Yeah.
where teams are all of a sudden much more willing to sign these big extensions, especially early in careers.
Well, let's dive back to March 31st. Left-hander Garrett Crochet and the Boston Red Sox are in agreement to a 6-year, $170 million contract extension. The deal starts in 2026 and includes an opt-out after 2030. By far the largest deal for a pitcher with 4+ years of service. It does not include any defer money, and I think it beat the previous record of a 4+ player was DeGrom's 5-year, $137.5 million.
Good for the Red Sox. I mean, Crochet, the question is health and how many innings he's really going to throw on a year-by-year basis, but the talent is not in any question at all. He shifted back to being a starter last year after some years as a reliever for the White Sox, showed flashes and was good at times, but wasn't on the field a lot, and then they just said, screw it, we're going to make you a starter. Lost a couple of miles per hour on the fastball as he went back to the rotation instead of where when he first came up he was hitting 100, but now sits right in that cool 97, 98 range, and that cutter is filthy. He's an excellent starting pitcher who I think he's right in the conversation of, like, you could argue is as good as anybody in the American League. He's right up there with Tarek Skubal and some of these other guys that, so for the Red Sox, lock a guy like this down regardless of health, keep him on your team, and then just hope he stays healthy.
No. Let's talk about a scandal, guys.
Scandal.
No.
Atlanta Braves outfielder Jurickson Profar was suspended for 80 games for violating the MLB's PED policy. Sources confirmed to ESPN. And so what this means is he can return to the Braves lineup at the start of July. But as a reminder for those of you that don't follow the rule book closely, he will be ineligible for the 2025 postseason, which at this rate doesn't look like the Braves are going to make, but on the off chance they do, he will not be allowed to play. He released a statement Monday, March 31st. Quote, Braves fans, today is the most difficult day of my baseball career. I am devastated to announce that I have been suspended for 80 games by Major League Baseball and the Commissioner's Office for testing positive for a banned substance this off-season. This is especially painful for me because anyone who knows me and has seen me play knows I am deeply passionate about the game, and there is nothing I love more than competing with my teammates and being a fan favorite. I want to apologize to the entire Braves organization, my teammates, and my fans. It is because of my deep love and respect for this game that I would never knowingly do anything to cheat it. I have been tested my entire career, including 8 times last season alone, and have never tested positive. I would never willingly take a banned substance, but I fully take responsibility and accept MLB's decision. I am devastated I won't be on the field with my teammates for the next 80 games. I look forward to competing again at the highest level this season upon my return." End quote.
Yeah, I hate apologies like this, in my opinion, because I don't see the sincerity out of it, considering he's basically saying, like, this was my initial thought when I first read it, is just what an idiot, because like he's not taking ownership into something that he quote didn't
This is
knowingly do.
the Tatis situation over again. Remember when
Yeah.
he got caught and everybody
Ringworm.
was like, "Oh, it's the ringworm thing." I was like,
Yeah.
"No."
Yeah, he's basically saying, I didn't do it, but I'm sorry anyways.
There are two
Yes.
quote
Yeah.
tweets
Stupid.
under this that are hilarious, and the first one is Will Smith called him irrelevant and he turned to juice. And the second one is his stats so far this season, which was a 200 average and 3 hits, and someone said he is taking the wrong substance. So that's fun.
Just
4 games into the year, and the Braves had a sort of rough offseason. The way you look at it, like they lost Max Fried. They didn't really make a whole lot of adds until late in the offseason. They signed Profar as their kind of final piece to try and keep themselves at the level of competition they've been at. And so to lose him immediately, not only for a big chunk of the regular season, but to lose him for the postseason as well, it's a very big hit to Atlanta. And obviously they started the season terribly. They got swept in both of their first 2 series. So things are tough down in Atlanta right now, and I think they're just waiting on Ronald Acuna to get back and hope that he's not going to have a tough readjustment period like he did last time when he came back from the ACL.
Yeah.
Yeah, 80 games. That's steep, obviously. Well, not really, but
It's
steep.
a typical
It's a steep.
typical
it's
suspension
the-
length for
I don't know what
PEDs.
they caught him using, though. Like, what was flagged?
I'm not a chemist, but what I saw, it was like a masking agent thing. It's like after you take a round of steroids, the thing he tested positive for, you take it in order to regain your regular testosterone levels. So it didn't
Okay.
seem like something that
I forgot.
you accidentally take to
Someone
me.
else
But
took the same substance. I read it.
yeah, it was
forgot.
Manny Ramirez.
Yes!
The same thing
Yes.
Manny Ramirez got
Yeah,
popped
yeah.
for. So
Yeah.
doesn't scream to me like it was how did this make its way into my protein shake?
Yeah. pretty
Yeah,
much.
I think I agree with D-Rob here. I just found it weird that he said I would never willingly take an illegal substance, but I fully accept MLB's decision or whatever.
It's
so
his-
if you didn't do it on purpose, then I'm expecting a lot more fight from the player. Like at least try to protest it or like
I
you
agree
know
with
what,
that.
I didn't do it on
Can you appeal
purpose.
PED suspensions?
I'm not sure.
It's never really been successful
I'll
like
look
that,
into
but
it.
it's just the willingness to try wasn't there.
I agree
So
with
I
that.
feel like
Not even-
just that in itself.
Yeah.
And I'll tell
You
you
know.
why I agree with that. One time, a professor accused me of academic dishonesty, and I go,
And you did it, didn't
"That's
you?
that's
Okay.
not
No, I'm just
academic
kidding.
dishonesty." I go, "You said I plagiarized. You said I did cite my sources.
Mhm.
I have a list of sources at the bottom, sources cited, URLs. Before I began my quotations, I used those sources, APA format as you wanted.
Mhm.
I said, everything says that I didn't plagiarize. So where do you see that I plagiarized?"
Right.
And we had this back and forth, and ultimately, obviously, nothing happened because guess who was right? So if you are purposely correct, and if you didn't take that, then you would have more fight. Because
Right.
guess who had fight? Guess who didn't get
Right.
suspended or expelled from
Alright.
fucking school? Anyway.
If an appeal is successful, the suspension may be reduced by 40 games for the first offense or 80 games for the second offense. The postseason ban is also lifted. There is no appeal for a third offense.
Interesting.
So
So
if
it's
he
there.
were to appeal, he could appeal. It would just dock him 40 games instead of 80.
It's the postseason getting back. That's the big one.
And the
Right.
postseason comes back. But
clearly did
obviously,
not believe that it was a winnable appeal.
Mhm.
if he didn't appeal it, something ain't right. Same thing with Tatis. Tatis never, I don't think he ever appealed his, which is why I was like, yeah. Cheater.
Question, Kaylee.
hmm
How much more do you have on your list? Because I have a question that I want to ask everybody that I have been dying to ask because
Go
no-
for it.
Yeah,
We're pretty
so-
much done with all the news. It would just be if we wanted to talk about any of the games, or do we just want to get straight to pickle and
You can pull up pickle because
well, I'll
As I-
just do that after.
okay.
Yeah, ask. I want to know.
I have a question, and I have talked to nobody about this because I can't talk to anybody because nobody's into baseball as we are. I'm going to say 2 words, and you guys are going to either react positively or negatively. Torpedo bats.
Oh my gosh.
We haven't talked
Why
about it.
haven't we talked about that? That's crazy.
Because we haven't been on air. And
I have-
torpedo bats didn't really come onto the scene until spring break.
I have not been personally more viscerally divided on something than what I am experiencing right now. Obviously, steroids bad or sticky tack bad or whatever. Torpedo bats in just any sport, honestly, in any in officiating or in what you use as equipment or whatever the case may be. I have not been more split on this topic. I have not been more split on a topic, period, in my 21 years of life. Torpedo bats. We haven't talked about it.
Yeah.
The Yankees were the first to use them. And my Nino made a very great point saying teams can't afford to spend like the Dodgers, so they will spend the money on the equipment to attempt to beat them.
Good point. It's a cool point.
It's yeah.
It could potentially be fun. But it also could be so genuinely annoying and frustrating for pitchers because some people like a good close game where it's a bit of a pitcher's duel and you're on the edge of your seat, biting your nails, whatever you do when you're anxious, pacing back and forth.
Yeah.
Is he going to blow this lead? Then a dude comes up with a torpedo bat, I'm turning off the TV. That TV's getting shut off.
That's
my
extreme.
So
No.
So here's
I can't.
Go for it.
I will be so stressed out, and then I see a dude come up with a torpedo bat, and I'm like, "Aight, bro." Actually, I take it back. It depends who's up to bat. If Aaron Judge comes up to bat with a torpedo bat, TV off.
Judge doesn't use the torpedo.
Stanton.
Stanton.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whatever. Dude, they all look the same over there.
so
Go for it.
it's approved. It's not illegal.
It is approved.
Any team can use it. Any player can use it. I don't see a problem with it personally.
I've got no issue with the
I
torpedo
have no
bats at all.
issue with it.
Yeah.
The only thing that I will say is that if anything, if I have to be like, oh, I kind of like it because this, or I kind of hate it, I'm in the middle. But if I have to be on one more side, hitting a baseball is already the hardest thing to do in baseball.
Mhm.
I don't think a
Do in sports, period.
Yeah, in sports. Sorry. That's what I meant to say. Hitting with a torpedo bat isn't. It's
It doesn't make it any easier
right,
per se.
but I don't hate it. Any player could use it. Any team could use it.
Legally, fine.
Yeah.
Morally is where you start getting like
But I think-
ethically.
I don't see.
I
a
don't
problem
think there's
with it.
any issue morally at all, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I think it's perfectly fine. It's teams
I'd
and players
just-
seeing a chance to try and make themselves better. And the thing that I think is interesting, like, this is not a
Brandon,
completely
shut up.
brand new thing. This is not a completely brand new thing.
Right.
They talked about on Sunday Night Baseball yesterday, Brendan Donovan has been using a bat that's similar to the torpedo for 4 years. Since 2021, he debuted a bat where he cupped out the bat a little bit further than a regular bat and moved some barrel density down to around the label. And
Legal.
he's been swinging that for 4 years. It's not like that this is a brand new idea, and it's starting to catch some momentum for sure. But the Yankees had a hot start to the season, hit a bunch of homers. There's
Yeah.
not really any way to say for sure that was just because of the torpedo bats. Maybe Nestor Cortez just sucks, you know?
Well,
So
I mean, there's no debate on that. He does suck.
I think we can all agree on that one.
He
I
runs
just
his
mean to
mouth too
say
much for a
there's-
dude who gave up bomb after bomb after
there's
bomb.
no exact way to pin down that was just
Right,
because then the
right.
Brewers
Yeah.
went back home and continued to get demolished. Like there's, I don't think that this is going to be that big of a
Well, we'll
deal.
see when it comes to Max Muncy. I know.
He ditched it in his first game. He used
Did
it for
he?
his first 4 plate appearances, then went back to his regular bat and finally got a hit. I don't know if he's been using it since then.
I did not see that.
But that
Honestly,
was his first game with it. He used it his first 3 or 4 times at the plate,
I don't
then
know.
ditched it and got a 2
I
RBI
don't
single
know.
to tie.
It's
At the end of the day, I
it's
think
like it's
fire.
just like I don't hate
Yeah.
it, but I don't love it. It's just like this
Yeah.
It's a
okay.
play-by-play
It's gonna
basis.
take time too.
Do what you can do to give yourself the best chance. It's still going up and hitting big league
Right.
pitching. It's nearly impossible no matter what.
Brandon said, or you can use the power of friendship like the Giants. No torpedo bat needed. But jokes aside, I don't think the torpedo makes a difference.
Right. I mean, these guys are all professionals. They, guys that are
still-
good at hitting are good at hitting. Doesn't matter what
you
kind of
still
stick
have
they
to
have.
hit the ball in the right spot
Right.
of the bat for it
Right.
to
Right.
It's
do
only going
its
to help
function.
certain guys. Like they designed it for like Anthony Volpe, who was getting jammed all the time. Sure, it's going to help him.
I mean,
Right.
look
But there's
at
other guys like Shohei Ohtani that there's no reason
gonna rip it
Oh my
either way.
gosh.
barrel.
Yeah.
Your
There's
dad
no
read
reason
my
to
mind.
do
He
that.
said axe handle bats. That's what I was going to bring up right now was Mookie Betts' axe
Oh,
handle
yeah.
bat
Oh yeah.
to prevent rollovers,
Yeah.
Mhm.
which
Again,
I
yeah.
swung one of those in softball. It was great. They make softball ones. They're phenomenal.
I see that as the same thing. Like,
It's
I
not
don't
like
see a big
innovation
deal.
is a.
It's not bad. Innovation is not bad for the sport, guys. It's what
Right.
makes it evolve and what makes it better. But I don't know. We'll just have to wait.
Sorry, you're
with
not going to
torpedo
turn
bats.
off the TV when you see a torpedo bat anymore.
I don't know. It just depends on where we're at in the game and who's up to bat. Because I might just save myself the heartbreak. Not that I'm mad at the bat, just save myself devastating heartbreak after heartbreak.
I mean, I like the fact that it's kind of a movement right now. If it was like, it's not like steroids where one person is gaining an advantage
Clearly.
over the rest of the league, right?
Right.
The bats are available to everyone. Obviously, everyone is trying them out,
Yeah.
so everyone has a space to try the bat. If they don't like it, they can ditch it. If they do, they can keep it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's very
It's completely
individual to
even.
every player.
Yeah, there's no advantage
Right.
for anybody.
It's not cheating. It's legal. So it is what it is.
I do understand both sides of this coin, and this is why I'm so abhorrently split, is because bottom of the ninth, 5-5, and you're going up against, whoever, I don't know, Judge with the torpedo bat. It's like, damn, I have to go up against that?
You have to go up against Judge either way.
Okay, yeah,
Exactly.
I'm just saying, I'm just saying, like,
I think it's like, I don't know.
like Haley said, from a moral standpoint, that's when it kind of gets a little bit gray. That's when I kind of I'm like, here's my thing. If the batter is using a torpedo bat, the pitcher gets to use spider tack.
You could make that argument that if batters are going to start
Have it at the mound.
innovating, pitchers can start
There's
innovating.
nothing written into the rule book that outlaws torpedo bats. There is specifically written into the rule book. that
Well,
you
they
cannot
just
use
gotta
it.
make. They gotta make a different one. They gotta make something else. Innovate, pitchers. Come on.
a new spider tack.
A new. What if they just call it tack
They already
spider?
they already have a new spider tack, and it's been used forever. It's sunscreen and rosin,
Yeah.
and that's what
But what
everybody
if they
uses.
call it tack spider? Ah, get around the rule like that. You know what I'm saying?
To kind of combat your point of if a hitter is going to be hitting, if a hitter is a great hitter, he's going to hit.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
Ellie De La Cruz
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
of the Reds,
Mm-hmm.
2 home runs, went 4 for 5
Mm-hmm.
against who was it? It doesn't matter. The Rangers. Oh my
Rangers,
God,
yeah.
the Rangers.
Yeah.
Wow, your guy.
Go figure.
I don't.
seriously.
When I think of Ellie, I don't think of high, crazy 2 home runs guy
Uh-huh.
every so often.
Yeah.
But he used a torpedo bat,
Uh-huh.
and it was just something clicked, and obviously
If
it was
they-
much more
yeah.
wood on the part where it hits. It's just I don't know.
If they
I'm so.
You go first,
Okay,
because
yeah, real
I
quick.
will respond to that.
If
I
they
wanna respond.
if they pinpoint a certain statistic, or let's say or like let's say 90% of the players hit more home runs or had their best home run hitting career this season because of the torpedo bats, and the majority of them use torpedo bat, then we can be like, okay, is it a problem?
Yeah.
But they're all using them.
Right.
Either way, you know what I mean? So it still is an equal opportunity, even if it's getting leverage over other players. So you know what I mean? Either way, it kind of falls back to the point that you were making too. Was just a ball player's a ball player. If they hit dingers, they hit dingers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nathan Eovaldi threw a complete game the next day.
True.
Bang.
Interesting.
Spider tack?
Mic
No, I'm just
dropped.
kidding.
I
Mic
just don't.
Wait.
I just think it's
Unplug it
I don't
again.
it's weird.
So split, dude.
You know,
It'll take time.
because then Ellie he went over the next day. I think he had 2 strikeouts against Eovaldi.
See,
but-
this is such like a
You still got to hit the
Crazy.
baseball.
Yeah,
That's,
Yeah,
I think
that's
it's
the
not that
main-
big a difference. It
the
really is
ultimate
not that big a difference.
argument is yes, if you know how to hit a baseball correctly, this can be a tiny bit of advantage. I'm not saying a lot. It could be considered a tiny advantage. Is it legal? Yes.
It's the same. It's the same way an advantage if you change your approach and you go up there with a better
Yeah.
approach. That's an
It's
advantage
just-
too. It's an adjustment.
It's just a
that
game
is
plan.
perfectly
It's a
legal.
different game plan. That's all this bat is, really, if you want to look at it that way. It's a different game plan.
Nothing wrong with it morally or in
It's
practice.
a different
or
way
anything.
to
Nothing
play
wrong
the
with it.
game.
These perfectly. It's perfectly possible they fade from relevancy just as fast.
It'll
as they
be a
popped
fad.
up.
This will be a fad.
It could be or it could not be. It's not going to make
To
a
be
big
or not
difference
to
either
be.
way.
Who knows?
Certain guys it'll help, certain guys it won't, and then we move on with our lives.
I haven't been able to talk about this with anybody else. I needed to get it off my chest because I was.
Thank
No,
you
it's
for
a
Bro,
good
we,
discussion.
we literally
It's
have
good.
a
I don't
group
know why
chat.
we
What do you
haven't brought
mean?
that
I
up.
know. Oh no.
I don't know why we didn't bring that up. Yeah,
I
that was
just.
good.
'Cause-
we get
I
to
forgot.
ramble in a open
I totally
Yeah,
space,
forgot.
exactly.
it's-
When we're
Exactly.
live,
I get you.
Ivan's like, I want it to be heard on air.
I guess.
Yeah.
I don't
There
know
you go.
because I was like,
That's
I'm
good.
gonna be
'cause
there
it's
Monday
genuine,
night.
Like,
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm
it was
gonna
a
kill
good. It was a
my
good
mind.
dialogue. Good. See, argumentation and debate right there. I'm just kidding. There was no arguing.
Are we going to the games?
It's debating.
It's debating. It's
Let's
a
go to the games.
Socratic seminar.
The
MLB games or
debate
like
team is going
games
out.
games.
next
The-
weekend or this coming weekend. I think.
Yeah.
Hey, while Kaylee's setting that up, who
Oh, I
went
did
to a
pick one.
Dodger game last week?
You did pick already? Did you do good already too?
You did?
You
Two?
too.
I did.
You did not.
I swear.
I-
I,
I
real-
thought
I,
you
I,
were
swear,
lying.
I had a real. I'm not kidding. I had a really good first guess.
Okay.
That's the only reason.
See,
You got it
two
in what?
is like
That's the only reason.
I'm saying this too as somebody who has gotten two live on the show before.
Yeah.
Two, you're lucky. In
Yes.
like
I had a very
two
lucky
isn't a
first
skill
guess.
There we
thing.
go.
I had
Two
a very
is a
lucky
luck
first
thing.
And when you guess the player, or when any of you guys guess the player,
Mm-hmm.
he will know why I guessed it in two.
Mm.
Because-
Okay,
yeah.
so that could be a hint
It's
Is
gonna
it?
be a Ranger. Is it gonna be a
It might be
Ranger?
a Ranger.
or an
Might
angel.
be a Ranger.
Apologies to the YouTube people
Um,
needed to.
I've got a good first guess queued up here. I'm ready to
Ooh.
go.
I got
Okay,
today's
hang on.
NBA portal
you're
in three
scaring me
guesses.
now.
Let's do it.
Oh, we're doing pickle.
Joe
Three guesses.
Adele,
Who was it?
first guess.
Today's pickle was Jackson Hayes of the.
Oh,
Give us
Not even
nothing,
close.
Bruce.
Wow.
Give
Be a
us
Ranger.
nothing.
All right,
Born
who's
USA.
a Ranger?
it's not a Ranger.
Oh no,
We're not in the
it's
AL
not
West.
not
Oh,
the
yeah,
AL,
yeah,
excuse
yeah.
me.
That's usually we get the division like.
Hell.
in
Yeah.
Jeez,
yellow in
Bruce,
the
that was a
first guess.
terrible pull.
First guess.
Derek,
That was
Derek missed it.
Awful.
He said that I'll know why, so I thought it
Yeah.
might be an angel.
So
but
wait,
no,
he
no,
has
no.
to be either a left-handed batter or a switch.
Wait a minute. No, it's not American League. Never
I'm
mind.
not saying anything.
Who are you gonna
I
say?
was gonna say Chris Bubich because he's been telling me about Chris Bubich all day.
It's in the NL.
It's not. It's
Chris Bubich is a great start to the season, by the way.
Great
Shout out Chris
start.
Bubich.
Best pick
Okay,
of the
so it has to be someone in the NL who throws right and is born in the
NL
USA.
East.
Streaming
Or
at
What's
We have to get
88.1
into this
FM,
guess
HD3,
to
KKJZ,
level with
Long
Derek.
Beach, Los
To level
Angeles,
with Derek.
22westmedia.com.
Not looking good. We need a left-handed,
I didn't do the
hitting,
immaculate grid.
right-handed throwing.
He's a switch hitter? Or no?
Yeah. What age is Adele? Is he? I can't read that.
26.
26. Okay. Here's my guess. Christian Yelich.
Baller.
Was not Christian Yelich.
Good guess though.
All right. So we're in the NL East.
What's the age?
Brewers baller.
NL East.
That's highlighted. Right?
Bats left, throws right, born in the USA.
Damn,
He's
dude.
either 34 or 35 or 32, 31.
Just think about all the conversations we had today.
32,
So this is gonna be
35.
somebody we literally talked about.
Okay, we were talking about in the studio.
I'm talking him and
Tigers.
I. We had a long
No, go
chat.
ahead. What are you saying?
Yeah. No.
See?
Go,
See?
I wanna know.
go ahead.
No,
Oh,
he's
you're
throwing
right.
us
my
off.
bad.
I
My
wanna
bad.
know.
Before you forget.
I want to know what are we cooking.
We were talking Tigers and Pirates in the studio before, and then you guys were just on and on. We were watching the game or
He's
whatever.
he's well.
How do we know? Hold on, wait. How do we know he's not lying to us?
Well,
I'm not. Oh, him.
Yeah.
Oh, like what?
Not Ivan. How do we know
I
that
think I've
Derek
got it.
isn't messing with
I
us?
think I've got it. Zach Wheeler.
He's got it. He's got it. Look at him. Look at him.
With a K.
Oh my gosh.
Zach with a K.
Yeah. It was awkward.
I
Oh, man.
got it.
You
so
saw
my
his
first,
face?
so my first guess, my first guess was Garrett Cole, and he's 34.
Oh, okay.
Ah.
Yeah.
Righty, AL East. So
I was thinking, what have we talked about today?
Yeah.
Left-handed hitting, right-handed throwing,
yeah,
NL East.
Good
There you
pull.
go. Hey, I'm happy with that. In 3 guesses after Adele was nowhere close.
Yeah.
So that was solid there.
Oh my
Solid.
gosh,
So,
guys.
No, Ivan was on track with that. 'Cause
Our
he
grid
brought up
stats.
because
Our
of that
grid
pirate stock.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Our grid stats are up here. 384 grids completed, an 8.8 average score, and a 54 rarity score.
That's pretty good.
Average rarity. So
That's not bad.
Our
our
grid
top players. There's no way that's who we put. I don't know.
Is this ours?
No, that's
Oh. I don't know. Why is that?
Was that like
No,
a
just-
sample?
What
Yeah.
is
I don't know.
Your?
I don't know. Let's play the grid.
yeah.
All
All right. Across the top, Rangers played catcher minimum of 1 game and a 6+ WAR season. Down the side is the Red Sox, the Tigers, and the Nationals.
Okay, Red Sox and Rangers. Nate Eovaldi. We've already talked about him today.
Alright. Dude,
We'll have another Nate for Rangers and Nationals.
Uh-huh.
Nathaniel Lowe.
Yeah. I'm
Hello?
just curious. Napoli would have worked for that too, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. I don't know.
Oh, he's Nathan Eovaldi.
Nathan Eovaldi.
Yeah, 20%.
Ooh.
Yikes.
That's high.
I'm trying to do this fast today. No, not thinking rarity wise.
Oh yeah, I didn't think that.
I know that is.
I
Brandon
didn't
said
know
in
that.
honor of Profar, we should have went Jose Canseco top left.
Okay, Nats and Rangers. Nathaniel Lowe. I think he'll be in as Nathaniel, not Nate.
When you get
Nathaniel
to
Lowe.
Boston, 6 WAR.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Pedroia.
thinking of right now. That's what I'm trying to think of.
Pedroia. DP.
Mm.
I would
7%?
think he would have had a 6-4 season. Right?
MVP.
Yeah.
Eh.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, you're right. Pedroia.
8%, not bad.
Nice.
Okay.
That's
I
a good
forgot.
one for
He
a
looks
tough
like
category.
he's shell shocked always.
Tough category to get a low percentage there.
Cabrera would be high.
WAR.
for-
I'm thinking,
Yeah.
did Scherzer have, or Verlander? Verlander's probably high.
Verlander.
Did
Verlander,
Scherzer
yeah.
have a 6-4
I
season
feel like
in
Scherzer
Detroit?
might be high too, though.
Was he an all-star at any point?
I think he broke out right before he went and signed with the Nationals, but I don't know if 6 is a lot.
Do something more safe, like
Or we just
Verlander
hold
would be
off.
safe.
Verlander would be safe.
Yeah.
Or
Brandon
anything
says
bold, like,
Ian
what about like a
Kinsler, middle
Martinez?
left.
Ty Cobb.
Victor Martinez.
Guys.
DH.
Guys,
Yeah.
Brandon says Ian Kinsler, middle left.
Detroit.
Oh, yeah.
Detroit.
Texas.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Good pull. Boston catcher
15%.
Reese McGuire.
Yes.
Boston catcher
Rick
I
I was
Cerone.
thinking
Rick
salty.
You're
Cerrone.
saying you want to go safe?
Salted Tamaki.
You want to go safe for 6 WAR and Washington?
Who? Sorry.
0.5%. Thank you,
0.5%.
Mr.
Nice.
Kuntz. I appreciate it.
Wow.
It's a great
What
pull.
were we saying?
For the Nats and 6 WAR, you want to
Phenomenal
go safe?
mustache.
No, I was saying for Detroit. Go say.
Oh, for Detroit.
Yeah.
Nats
If-
6 war, you could go with
Rendon. You could.
You
He
could.
Played well in-
Yeah.
he played well
This
there.
is about the only place he played well.
Yeah. Seriously.
trying to think of like the most obscure catcher I can possibly. Detroit catcher Dioner Navarro.
Oh my gosh. How do you spell that?
Dioner.
There he is.
Oh wait, did he played for Detroit, right?
Who?
Because he went Dodgers, Blue Jays,
Sorry, I was thinking of.
Dioner Navarro. Okay, now I'm suddenly doubting myself.
Oh. Oh.
Now I'm suddenly doubting myself.
I'm just gonna back
I
away.
I
Yeah.
wouldn't. I,
I'm gonna
yeah,
back
no,
away.
I
I'm
wouldn't.
doubting
I don't
this now.
think-
I'm not
I'd stay
not
away
willing to
from
sell
that.
the grid. Because
I
Dioner
haven't-
went from
he went Dodgers, to Blue
Dodgers,
Jays.
Blue Jays. Where did he go after? Because he played for a third team.
Well,
I was going to say, is it cheating if we look up where he played, but it would be cheating?
Yeah.
It would be cheating. That's not allowed.
So we're gonna
Bad
hold
Ivan.
off on
Bad.
that.
Well, right, but like, if we have a pick and we just need to make sure.
Salty would
It's
work
cheating.
there.
You
It would
can't
still be cheating.
confirm.
Who's
It would still be cheating.
the one catcher that played for like a couple more years for the Dodgers at the end of his career? Who's short.
Sure.
Yeah.
I
Yasmani
Sorry, I
just got a
really good idea.
AJ Ellis.
Is that his last name?
Chooch.
No, Ruiz.
Yeah, Chooch Ruiz from Philly.
Yeah.
Took AJ Ellis, but he didn't play for Detroit.
No, I'm thinking Washington.
Grayson Grenier.
Gilbert Ruiz?
Grayson Griner. I don't know how to say his last
Gilbert
name.
Ruiz is playing now.
I've
Sorry, what
got
were you
I've got a good answer here. Grayson Griner.
For
for
what?
Detroit catcher.
saying? Okay.
Hmm.
Grein.
I'm trying to think.
Oh no, I gotta spell there.
Yeah,
name
it was the guy that caught Roy Halladay's no hitter in the playoffs.
Oh, he's
Mm.
Gray,
There
as in GR.
That was.
I think it's Ein.
Grayson. that one.
Grayson Grenier.
0.6%. Good pull.
Nice.
Nice.
Great pull, great
Okay.
pull.
Played one catcher for the Nats.
Nats, most obscure Nats catcher I can think of.
Your dad says Ivan Rodriguez for
Mm.
Tigers.
Mm.
Ivan, you played?
In my past life, I
I
did.
already, yeah, that is.
Wow.
One of the best.
Should we do it?
uh,
I'm gonna do it.
do it.
I
Yeah,
trust your
6
dad.
plus 4, huh?
Matt Wieters is 2.
That's crazy.
Oh!
No, he's talking catcher. Oh. He's talking about catcher,
That's okay.
not war.
That's okay. It's okay. We're good. We're good. Don't worry.
I didn't
don't
catch
worry.
that before you did that.
Don't worry. Don't worry. We're good. We're good. Thank you for the suggestion, by the way. That would have worked. Thank you very much.
It's okay.
Washington.
It doesn't
we can still
count.
get it. We can still get it.
Washington
count.
catcher. Let's go with.
I was
who
thinking
is
Matt Wieters, but that's 2.
Who was the 2019 catcher? For when they won the World Series? Who was the
in
catcher for that when they
squad.
won the World
Caught
Series?
I
it
blacked
from
that
Daniel
year out.
Hudson.
Howie Kendrick was my nightmare that year.
We can.
2019 Why can't I think of that?
I'm
How's
trying to
baseball
replay
played
because
too?
I know
You know what I'm saying?
it was a slider down and in from Daniel Hudson,
Yeah.
Michael Brantley, the batter. So
Was
who
it-
caught
Oh
it?
yeah, yeah.
Dang, Kraken
caught
beat
it?
the Kings.
Who caught it? That's the question.
2-1.
It wasn't Maldonado because we're playing against them, or they're playing against them.
Yeah.
Mm.
I don't know.
I don't know how we never touched.
Brandon specifies Suzuki where.
Oh, Kurt Suzuki.
Oh yeah, Kurt
Yeah.
Suzuki.
Dang
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Where? I'm not
It's
putting it.
catchers.
Okay.
Man.
Oh yeah.
12%.
Wow. Okay. Okay, which one
Well,
want to go for?
yeah, we
Detroit
have one,
or Natties? We've already talked Detroit, Verlander.
Here, I'm gonna pull
Yeah.
it up
Just
on
do-
my
just do
laptop,
Natty.
and
Do-
we're basically not gonna count that mishap.
Do Nationals. Do the Nationals more.
And
So-
is,
But like,
Yeah, there's a lot of easy picks for that one. I would say.
you know,
We're trying
Nationals
over.
were. I bet we could.
Soto, like just
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay. Yeah.
No,
You
that's
guys
too
weight
easy.
it.
That's
I don't.
that's
I don't
way
think
too high.
Pedro Martinez had a 6-4 season with the Expos, did he?
No.
I don't know.
No. You look it. Well, look it up. But we won't put it in. But look it up. You can see. Here, no, I got it.
I will.
I got it.
Should we once we finish? Because we're
That's
declaring
a lot
we're
for
not
him,
going to
though.
put
That's a
this.
lot.
Okay.
We're not going to put in Martinez. I'll look it up.
What's
I
up?
got it.
For Pedro, that's a lot.
Before he went to Boston.
No, with the Expos, right?
Yeah, he did.
With
He
the
had
Expos?
a 9-WAR season with the
Oh,
Expos.
Oh.
Yeah.
Was
so-
it? Oh my
Damn.
gosh. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
mind.
I'm validated there.
Wow. Okay.
I want to know what that
Okay,
would be.
I
now.
have our grid pulled up on my laptop. Same players, just we actually have 2 guesses left because we're not counting that
I
mishap.
don't know what you say. Bryce Harper.
Ryan Zimmerman. Do you think?
I don't trust that.
Mr. National.
First baseman. No,
I mean, we
you
already.
need
kinda-
war farmers.
No. We
Okay.
have the real one
No,
going
I know,
on
but
my.
I'm saying like, it's the last pick. It's risky, but I think it'll be.
Now that we know the grid is already
Yeah,
dead.
yeah. Look,
Technically,
It'll
no.
be a low
Zimmerman.
percentage.
Yeah.
It'll be a
I
low
want to see if
percentage.
it's. I want to see if it hits.
I don't think it will.
Come on,
keep it a
please
buck.
don't fail me now, Mr. National.
Hey, let's go.
What was it?
What percentage?
Nice.
6.
6? That's higher than
Okay.
I thought, but
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely.
good
But
pull.
Let's go back to the Detroit 6+ WAR season.
Oh.
It won't.
Well,
I have the real one pulled up.
Well, Verlander, yeah. Or well, we can go for Verdi.
Yeah.
I like how your dad had to specify on the next one that it was WAR
Kirk
Expos
Gibson.
Nats. Kirk Gibson's a good pull.
Do you, because you know when they had the rotation, who was the Sanchez? Was it Anibal Sanchez?
The 6-4 seems steep
What?
for him.
I know that's. I'm just curious. I wonder.
No, for Sanchez,
Yeah.
a 6 WAR.
I don't know.
I think he might have hit
Or Purcell.
like 5.
Porcello's
Moats.
Cy Young season? Or no, that was with Boston, wasn't it?
You had one with Detroit, no?
No.
He only won
It was
one.
Boston.
It was
Oh.
2018 in Boston. It was the most
Oh.
the stupidest Cy Young award ever.
Oh.
Yeah.
I knew he won one with Boston. I thought he had more than that though. I thought he had more than that.
Yeah, I don't think he.
I'm going to check the comments real quick. I think you're
Kirk Gibson's my interesting
Hank
answer.
Greenberg
Hank Greenberg.
Go
is
for
who
it.
I think he's trying to pull.
Yeah, shoot it.
I also don't think we've ever touched
Yep.
base on this, but
Yeah.
5%.
Nice.
wow.
nice.
Slay.
Al Kaline, good answer too.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one. So we technically did beat the grid today.
Mhm.
We had a technical mishap that made it seem like it broke. That's so silly. Can you guys believe that? YouTube's so silly nowadays.
It is.
It's showing false image. Don't believe everything you see on the internet, kids.
It's edited.
It's edited. False. It's not real.
It's not real.
Yeah, that's the exact impression I was going for. Okay.
Can you do
'Cause-
a good impression?
I can't. I can't.
It's fake news.
Fake
not
news.
real.
CNN. Fake news.
Quite frankly.
Quite frankly.
Quite frankly.
Quite
China. China.
China virus.
You guys are
Our
funny,
professor
man.
was talking about that in class, and I looked at Derek and went,
Yeah.
China. Okay. I think that'll about do it for us here. It is way past my bedtime. I'm exhausted, and I have things to do tomorrow.
Hungry.
We thank you so much for tuning in. Ivan's yawning, which means it is about time to wrap it up here. Bruce is
Hungry.
dead inside. He's been
Hungry.
here since 5. He was not built for this life
Hungry.
at 5
Hungry.
to
Hungy.
Hungry. I'm just gonna keep saying
Hungry.
the mic till we end it. Hungry.
hungry.
So hungry. Oh my gosh.
These guys.
Thank you, Brandon.
Hungry.
We will catch y'all. Well, they'll be here Friday. I won't, but yeah.
Thank you, viewers.
They'll be here Friday. Goodbye.
Hungry.
You're listening to 22S Radio, streaming at 88.1 FM, HD3, KKJZ, Long Beach, Los Angeles, and 22smedia.com.